As the Ghana Premier League season begins this afternoon, the Ghana Football Association is looking to implement a no-COVID vaccination, no entry into sports stadiums policy to prevent the spread of the disease. The Ghana Tourism Authority, we know, has also directed attendees at events for the December campaign in GH must show proof of vaccination to be able to participate in these events. So this is another push by the two bodies to open up events but still control the spread of COVID-19. We're going to have a conversation with an executive committee member of the Ghana Football Association, also match coordinator for CAF, Frederick Champong, shortly. But first, let's contextualize this one. Let's hear exactly what the Football Association President, Kurt Okreku, said during Congress yesterday.
One of the key requirements, my colleagues, will be the need for all of us to ensure that we are vaccinated to be able to access football. So what that means is that all our players and staff will be vaccinated. Indeed, that process has started. And all football fans who would want to access our football games live at the various stadia must prove that they have received vaccination.
So Frederick Champong is an executive committee member of the Ghana Football Association, also a CAF match coordinator, former Ashanti Gold Chief Executive Officer. He's joining me via Zoom for a conversation. Thank you for joining us, Fred. So this has been described by many as a move in the right direction. No vaccination, no entry into sports stadia. But this is also coming at a time we're looking to commercialize our sports and bring back the love. And knowing that not many or less than 3 million people have been vaccinated so far, this will give you a hit when it comes to commercializing the game and commercializing the game at stadium. What do you think?
Hello?
Can you hear me, Frederick?
Yeah, can you come up with a question?
Great. I'm asking, this is a great move, but some have said at a time where we're looking to commercialize our sports and get more people to go to the stadium, this will take a hit because many people have not been vaccinated anyway.
Well, I agree with you that a lot of people have not been vaccinated. I think the official figures you have is less than 5% of Ghanaians receiving the vaccination. But obviously, you can't mortgage people's life for, attendance at the stadium or for revenue at the stadium. It's important to protect human lives. You see, as much as we want a lot of people at the stadium, I think it's also important to look at that aspect, you see, because the health of the human being, all the stakeholders, all the patrons for football, very, very paramount, and the revenue you would realize at the gate.
Okay. Now, let's come to how this will work. Is there any arrangement between the Ghana Football Association, for example, and the Ghana Health Service, so we can strictly streamline this one, so the football playing body in terms of the clubs themselves, their staff, and then all the other supporters will be coming through the stadium and the match officials are vaccinated, so that the process doesn't generate people, going for fake vaccination cards just to make their way into the stadium?
Well, there are a lot of discussions, I'm sure, at various levels. But I think one obvious way to, make sure this is implemented is the introduction of the e-ticketing. The fact that the ticket will be acquired at a particular center means that there could be requirement in terms of how the ticket is issued. So, for instance, if you stand up that you want to purchase tickets online, and then the requirement is that you need to prove that you've been vaccinated before the ticket could be issued out to you. So it means that right from the source of the ticket to, allow you entrance to the stadium, there's a requirement for you to have been vaccinated before the ticket could be issued out to you, before you can gain access to this. So, it could be other means of implementing this. Once it is accepted amongst the football ecosystem, then there will obviously be means of ensuring this. The other way also to give to the clubs, for instance, in addition to the regulations for the Premier League, there's the COVID regulation, which comes out with sanctions. So if the clubs are supposed to ensure that people who enter the stadium are supposed to show the vaccination card, and you do not show that, and it comes to the Ghana Football Association, the Ghana Football Association can then punish the clubs. So the FA, per the COVID regulation, can make sure that the clubs now implement these requirements.
Okay, so are we having this begin this afternoon from the game we know, Accra Lions versus Elmina Sharks?
I'm not too sure about that, if we are at the full implementation, but I think that it's a laudable idea because the government is looking at that people will be educated, people would embrace it. People even shun away from vaccination when the doses were available. And so if an entity within the country is taking up this measure, I think that we need to support it. And so I'm not sure if it's at the full implementation stage from today, but I'm pretty sure that along the line, it will receive full implementation.
Thank you very much, Frederick Echampong there.